I think we have been misled by the media for a very, very long time because we look at all these celebrities and they all look beautiful and young and gorgeous pretty much all the time. And then we read about their ridiculous and sometimes extraordinary measures when it comes to their beauty regimen, their skincare, and everything that they do so they can stay beautiful and young. Like recently I've been reading about Victoria Beckham and her geisha facial, which apparently consists of nightingale droppings. Now, if you didn't know, a nightingale is actually a bird, and a dropping, well, we all know what a dropping is. Or how about Hailey Bieber, who apparently jet sets into the night and takes these clandestine meetings at the Barbara Sturm Clinic in Germany, where they actually extract the plasma from her blood and they infuse a cream so she can use it. Or Olivia Munn, who is crazy about her Japanese potato diet because apparently Japanese potatoes contain the best hyaluronic acid in the world. There's something about a facial with leeches for Demi Moore or Gwyneth Paltrow, I'm not quite sure, but come on. So I think reading about all these things are making us think that having a pretty good skin or looking young and beautiful is pretty unattainable. And all it is actually just sensationalism. Well, I'm not a celebrity and I don't do any of these things. I don't do lasers or plastic surgery or fillers, or actually the last time I had a facial was probably 6 or 7 years ago. But what I do have though is actually a pretty good skincare routine that I have been perfecting for over 20 years. And since 50 is right around the corner for me, I'm here to tell you that you can accomplish all that. You can have beautiful skin, you can look young with just a good, consistent skincare routine. Hi, I'm Desi Stark and welcome to my channel where we talk about luxury skincare, beauty, and lifestyle products. See, for me, skincare is exactly the same like makeup. How many people today have only one lipstick, or only one powder, or even only one foundation? See, it always surprises me when some of my friends actually have 13 lipsticks and 4 foundations and 7 powders, but they only have one cream, one moisturizer that they apply as part of their skincare routine in the morning and at night. Just like in makeup, you need to have multiple products so you can achieve different things. You have foundation, you have powder, you have blush, and every one of those products does something for you. It gives you something. It's the same in skincare. Depending on the ingredients, every product will give you something else. See, for me, there are 3 most important areas when it comes to building my skincare regimen. The first one is quality ingredients at the right concentration levels. The second one is trusted brands that I buy from. And the third one is steps and order of application of each product. So let's look at the first one. The first one is quality ingredients at the right concentration levels. So for me, there are a few ingredients that are mandatory that I have to use them on a daily basis. And these ingredients are: number 1, AHAs, BHAs, PHAs. These are your acids, alpha, beta, and polyhydroxy acids. Acids are amazing to exfoliate your skin, to remove dead cells. Also, they help with texture, with enlarged pores, and ultimately at the right concentration levels, eventually they will make your skin glow. Second ingredient is peptides. Peptides promote collagen levels. Please keep in mind that around the age of 25, you start losing collagen at the rate of 1% per year. So you need to start introducing peptides in your early 20s because you want to prevent actually the loss of collagen in your skin. And collagen is actually very important for skin resilience and bounciness. Growth factors. Growth factors are very important in promoting cell division. So they help with density of your skin, with volume, and ultimately help to prevent sagging. Vitamin C, used to brighten and fight free radicals. Great antioxidant. Hyaluronic complex to hold and preserve moisture. A lightener for hyperpigmentation and dark spots. Niacinamide for skin inflammation. Ceramides or lipids for hydration. And retinoids, which are important for wrinkles, lines, and actually a little bit of everything that we had just mentioned. Now, in addition to these mandatory ingredients, you may want to introduce some specific or targeted ingredients that potentially could help you with certain concerns like acne or dermatitis or etc. Now, since we're looking for all these ingredients and we want them to be at a high, possibly concentration levels, because that's the only way that they could help you, it is impossible to pack all of these ingredients into one product or even two products, for the following two reasons. Number one, there's certain ingredients that should not be combined or used while you're doing your application morning or at night. For example, I wouldn't actually combine vitamin C and retinoids. That's why in my skincare regimen, I actually use vitamin C only in the morning and retinoids only at night. Same rule actually applies to AHAs, BHAs, and PHAs. If they are at the high concentration level, I would only use the acids in the morning and retinoid obviously at night. The second reason is just if you pack so many ingredients into just one product, only the first few would be at the right concentration levels that would actually have a positive effect on your skin. Everything else will have such a low and minuscule concentration level that would be extremely ineffective. That's why we layer. Let's talk about my second point, trusted brands that I like to buy my products from. Now here I can definitely actually spend about a minute, more than a minute, because what exactly qualifies in my book as a trusted brand? For me, a trusted brand is actually a brand that it's either well-funded or profitable. A rule of thumb would be you definitely know that a brand is profitable if they have been in business for a while. Now, I know that to some of you that may sound a little bit strange, but I have been in the financial industry for a very long time. This is actually my career, and I have to tell you, I've been working with businesses for a very, very long time. When a business is not well funded or they're actually deficient in their operational cash, what happens is they start cutting costs. So if a brand is profitable or they're well funded, for example, they have investors or backers, then they have sufficient funds to actually avoid cutting costs by compromising quality or any of the hygienic standards. And I also look for special things like patents, intellectual property, special and rare ingredients. All of these things are very important for me. Sometimes I want them to have an effective delivery system because you want all of these beautiful ingredients, you want them to go into the epidermis, underneath, go into the dermis, and then release. And the last area that is kind of important when you're designing and executing your skincare regimen is steps and order of application of your products. Step one should always be a cleanse. You should have a good cleanser that you use morning, evening. It could be the same one, it could be two different ones, it doesn't really matter. Step two is balance and exfoliate. So this is where your AHAs, BHAs, PHAs come into play, and I like them at a very high concentration level as a separate step. This is where the very famous lotion P50 1970 comes into play, and I am referring to Biologique Recharge. I have been actually using that product for a very long time, maybe 4 or 5 years now, and this is one product that it's kind of stagnant in my routine. This is one product that I just don't change. Step three is an optional step, and I'm talking about a mask. Certain days in the week, if you need to apply a mask, or if you have a regular regimen and you like to apply a mask once or twice a week, this is the place where you would apply a mask for 10, 15, 20 minutes. When you've taken the mask away, now it's step four, which is your serums. And this is actually where all the magic happens for me, because I usually apply anywhere between 3 and sometimes 5, 6 different serums. So your serums normally would contain the peptides, the growth factor, the vitamin C, the hyaluronic complex, and all these goodness. And for me, all these are actually separate ingredients, and most of the time they're actually separate products. That's why I apply 3 to 5 different serums. Once again, vitamin C I only apply in the morning. That's what I would recommend. Unless you're not using any retinoids, then you can probably apply it in the morning and at night. After I've applied all the serums, I do apply an eye serum, and after the eye serum, I do apply an eye cream. If it's in the evening, the next step would be applying my retinoid product or retinol or whatever you have. whatever kind of derivative of vitamin A you're using, this is the time to apply your retinoid. Step 8 is actually your cream or a moisturizer. Whatever kind of a product you're using, now is the time to use it. And this product usually contains your ceramides and your lipids. Step 9 is actually optional. And I'm talking about applying a finishing serum. And I kind of copied that model when I was using Biologique Recharge, because for them, after you apply a cream, you do apply something called the finishing serum to kind of seal everything off. So if it's in the morning, I usually do apply a finishing serum as well. Not all the time, but most of the time I do. And after that, if it's again in the morning, you would apply your sunscreen. Please do not forget your sunscreen. Sunscreen is very, very important, even if you're indoors. And if it's at night, this is the time, obviously you skip the sunscreen, but you would actually apply oil if you like using oil. I see a lot of people actually make that mistake, that they apply oil instead of a moisturizer and they're thinking that oil is enough to moisturize. Oil is actually not a humectant. Oil is an occlusive. So oil's molecule is too large to penetrate the skin, so it should be actually used last because it occludes everything that you have used before that. So the hydration, the moisture, and all the active products, they do not escape your skin because you have the oil on top of it to kind of occlude everything. And these are pretty much the 3 most important kind of elements from when I'm building my skincare routine. And I have to say, this skincare routine, the 3 elements, the steps, the trusted brands, and the ingredients are suitable for absolutely anyone at any age. Now, unless you're in your early 20s, you can probably skip the retinoid, but every other ingredient should be introduced in your skincare regimen as early as possible. And this skincare regimen usually will prevent, protect, and reverse the signs of aging. That's why I'd say that it's suitable for any age. It doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 50s, 60s. This is the methodology that you should be creating your skincare regimens. Now, in a couple of days, I will be posting a video on exactly the products that I'm using for my morning skincare routine, and then a couple of days later, I'll be posting my nighttime skincare routine. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in a couple of days. Thank you so much. Bye.